So, I am a firm believer in second chances. I think that's human nature to mess up at some point, and everybody lives and learns. Everyone deserves a chance to make up for their mistakes. With a few exceptions, including rapists, murderers, and that little bitch John who didn't give me my pencil back in 3rd grade. Sorry. Anyway, what I'm saying is that first impressions don't necessarily mean everything. That's why today we're looking at an artist who is, hopefully, atoning for their sins. No, not Chris Brown. This guy is much less offensive as an artist, and thankfully isn't a woman beater. Charlie Puth. Most, if not all of you, should know who he is by now. His song See You Again was inescapable in 2015. To be honest, I just completely forgot this existed. And it's fine. I don't like it that much, but I can at least appreciate the sentiment.
Yeah, and now, Charlie Puth.
Let's Marvin Gaye and get it on.
What I could not appreciate was Charlie Puth's first album, 9-track Mind. I thought See You Again was just a bad day for the kid. Dear God, this album is a train wreck. And that's being nice, because a train wreck at least has a lot more force behind it than any of these songs do. According to my friend, he's an ass in real life, so I can fire all the insults I want. And first off, with the title, 9-track Mind, there's 12 tracks on here, buddy. And out of those, there's maybe one good song on here. Okay, maybe 1.5 thanks to Selena Gomez. On We Don't Talk Anymore, I can kinda appreciate the idea of two ex-lovers still thinking about each other, but then Charlie Puth's voice is just so grating. And that guitar sounds awful. What did he record this on, his iPhone? Then there's the other 2 singles off that record, One Call Away and Marvin Gaye. One Call Away is probably the better song, but that's not saying much, because it's kind of like comparing one piece of garbage to another piece of garbage. Anyway, it's about Puth being this great guy who's only one call away if you need him to do anything for you. He'll be there too. He'll be there too. Save the day.
I'll be there to save the day.
As long as it's before his curfew. I mean, his mom gets very upset when he's past 9:30.
Superman got nothing on me.
He'll be your I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just can't take this seriously. Charlie Puth. Charlie Puth. The guy who made a song about getting hurt by a pickle thinks he can take on Superman.
Who threw this pickle at me? That's a firm pickle. Can't you see on the street?
Probably the crowd, man, because your music sucks. Whew. Anyway, I wouldn't take Charlie Puth in a fight over my grandma. I let this slide if the music actually backed it up. Puth's weak crooning combined with that extremely soft production makes this way too easy to criticize. His performance is so unbelievable. Not in a good way, by the way. That it's really just laughable. Oh, and the song is boring as hell. Then there's Marvin Gaye. A song about, as I'm told, sex. Which, by the way, I think we need to send both Puth and Meghan Trainor back to 4th grade health class, because if this song is any indication, they have no idea what sex even is. There's nothing sexy about this song. The instrumentation sure as hell isn't sexy. That piano line literally sounds like it was ripped from a Disney movie. And it only gets worse when it changes up on Meghan Trainor's verse to annoying hi-hats and crowd chanting. As for the artists themselves, neither of them actually sound like they're having fun, and both of them just feel really uninspired. Puth spends the whole song belting at the top of his range, which is a very bad choice, and just screw Meghan Trainor. She's one of the worst things to have happened to pop music in a while. As the icing on the cake, the lyrics are atrocious. It leaves me with the feeling neither of them have gotten past first base. The rest of the album is just as bad. Though, I honestly couldn't tell you much about it. I kind of fell asleep while listening to it. I do, however, remember those high notes on Suffer being really bad.
You make me suffer.
Yikes! Wait, are my ears bleeding? Honestly, just do yourself a favor and completely ignore this album. Every single song is just the same boring piano ballad where Puth belts his lungs out until your ears bleed. I don't think I can stress just how boring this album is either. Literally one song, Dangerously, felt like it had at least a little bit of punch to it. I like that one. The rest of them are just completely limp and boring. Remember what I said about second chances? Well, this is where that comes in. In 2017, he released Attention, the first single off his upcoming album, Voice Notes. And boy, it was a fantastic song. Puth finally found instrumentation with tightness and intensity. And by the way, that bass line is amazing. I'm almost willing to forget that he made 9-track Mind because of how great this song is. Almost. So, did he continue his redemption with his second single off that same album, How Long? Okay, I'll admit it right off the bat. This is a good song. Not as good as Attention, but way better than anything else he's released. The song actually has groove, bombast, swell, tight production, and he doesn't sound like a whiny child. I won't be ashamed to dance to this. So it's definitely another step in the right direction. It's got groove, I definitely can't deny that. The instrumental helps out a lot here. How does Charlie Puth keep finding good bass lines like this? Seriously, I'd say they should be reserved for good artists, but at this rate, Charlie Puth is actually gonna become a good artist. How does Charlie Puth himself do? Well, see, here's the thing. Charlie Puth is usually the biggest issue in any Charlie Puth song. As I mentioned earlier, he has a tendency to oversing way too much, to the point where he sounds like a whiny child. Bruno Mars and Shawn Mendes both had this problem early in their careers. That being said, I still don't really get the hate for his voice. Or at least I didn't until I heard this.
You make me suffer.
It's a lot better in How Long, because he mainly sticks to either his lower range or his floaty falsetto. And even when he gets to the upper end of his range, where he usually starts over-singing, it's definitely more controlled, and it fits the swell of the song. Which brings me to another topic. The song actually goes somewhere. The main issue with his first album was that none of the songs went anywhere. They did nothing to keep you invested throughout the song. On this track, all the elements build in a way that doesn't make you feel like you just took NyQuil. According to an interview with Ryan Seacrest, the song is lyrically supposed to basically be Attention Part 2. Personally, I just don't think the two songs should be compared. How Long is good, but placing it next to Attention is just unfair. It's like comparing apples to sauteed lobster. At least the poor kid's trying. Apparently the song's supposed to be about Charlie Puth getting caught cheating. Let's see how long he tries to play it off.
I'll admit I was wrong.
Wait, what? That was like 7 seconds. You didn't even try. I'm not mad or anything. I just expected... You know what? This was actually exactly what I expected. Listen. Charlie Puth is basically the exact definition of a white mama's boy. I guarantee you if you played any of his songs for a soccer mom, they'd fall in love with it instantly. He's just so inoffensive. Hell, Kids Bop has done 4 of his songs. 4! And he only has 1 album. And you know what any mom would instantly tell their son to do if they cheated? Apologize and admit they were wrong like a real man. But that's not what music's all about. Music's all about trying to hide that you were cheating or lying about cheating. When did Puth decide he needed to be so mature? The song presents a really interesting shift on the chorus where Puth takes the girl's point of view and asks how long it's been going on. I kinda like it.
It's my fault, but you gotta believe me when I say it only happened once.
Okay, I know she asked how long, but really? That's your excuse? That you only cheated once? Oh yeah, I only ate meat once this week, but I'm still a vegan. Bullshit! If you only do something once, that doesn't make it any better. Is murder okay if you only kill one person?
I tried, and I tried, but you'll never see that. You're the only one I wanna love. Oh, yeah.
Then why did you cheat? The reason people cheat in relationships is because they're either dissatisfied with their current relationship or there's just someone else they want to bang. You literally just admitted you hooked up with another girl, so obviously she's not your one and only.
Creep around on me while you're calling me, baby. How long has this been going on? You've been acting so.
Wow, she is really not taking any excuses from him. You know what? Maybe it is basically attention part 2. This girl isn't taking any excuses from him. Just like Charlie Puth wasn't taking that girl home despite her grabs for attention. Overall, good song. Just not good dance moves. Take some lessons or something, Charlie. Please. Anyway, Charlie Puth is basically on his way to becoming a consistently good artist. Maybe first impressions aren't everything.
Acting so